is still there, so it looks like it's time for them to engage.
The duel to death coming through onto the Dharma, but there we go. The Truth Manager is not going to come connected just yet. It's going to be first blood. The prison comes through from Dragon. A double kill for the feisty mid laner. He switched the rotation from farm lane all the way to the clash lane.
Oh no, there was a failed plan there by Elevate. They thought they could have gotten at least one kill, but the U-turn by Blacklist. I guess one thing about Blacklist is that they pulled them back underneath the tower, and that's what gave them the advantage to make the U-turn against Elevate. Now, we're going to check out the replay of what exactly happened. And yes, it's because of a bit of help from the tower that gave them the damage, that gave them the amount of output towards Elevate to take them back down.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great little fight there for the side of Blacklist. I mean, great rotation from Dragon, giving some aid to his clash lane. I mean, if it weren't for Dragon, would we have seen a different outcome with that little brawl? But right now, Blacklist are 8K to 6.9. So right about that 1K gold difference in the 2-minute mark is pretty huge for the side of Blacklist. They just got to maintain that. The suppression comes through. It does land onto the Jizzix just in time. A little bit too early for the neutral objectives, though.
That's going to be the third kill there for Blacklist International. And Chammy trying to steal away the buff. Okay, he does have backup now. Lam coming in. They should be able to get it. Not going to be a problem.
Yeah, helping themselves to the Crimson Gold. This is definitely not what Elevate need to see here, right? They're bleeding their way into their own jungle, which is just meaning that Juicy is going to get far ahead on this Lam.
Yeah, and this Lam will have a big role to play. Going around the map, just wrecking havoc, or even invading the jungle just to give them that mental pressure of like, okay, the Lam is just everywhere. We're going to check out the replay of how they got their third kill early on. Pretty straightforward engagement, I must say, and they played really by the edge of that tower.
Yeah, I mean, with the Winters coming there as well, it was just kind of, this was too big of an AoE area of effect just to try and escape for the Jizzix there. He was just kind of locked in. He was like, yeah, I've accepted my fate, guys. Don't worry about it.
So that's going to be 3 kills now for Blacklist International. And they're running away with the goal. So right now they're going to start off the objective, okay? Tyrant, not going to be challenged by Elevate. They're not in the position to do so.
Yeah, not quite in the position to do so just yet, no. But looking at it, we are at the neutral objectives. They're able to steal that for themselves. The Tyrant is going to mean that they have some extra damage going over the side of Blacklist. But there's suppression coming through once more. It is definitely an oppressive suppression onto a Jizzix, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to Liang there, right? And they saw one person. It's pretty much an easy pickoff for them. But this again shows that Blacklist International, they're having control of the map. Not the fact that they took down the mid turret. Then it's all for them to take out. And they even take away the next buff even. Elevate, when was the last time we saw them getting their own buff?
It's been quite some time, right? I mean, there's been spent a lot of time being suspended. That is, Jizzix on the Musashi. He's taken a lot of time to think in that brutal circle from the Liang.
And now with absolute control, again, they're looking for their next pickup, probably at the bottom lane. And look at Chammy's position. He's opening up the map as well in the middle just to try to see if he can get another pickoff. Now, Elevate is going to have a very difficult time to try to farm. Wherever they go, they are Blacklist players. So that's going to be one. So their only solution is probably to group up. But when they group up, they're not going to get maximum farm from staying together.
No, yeah, unfortunately not. But it's all hopes that they can try and do here. But it's looking very harsh for the side of Elevate right there, behind about 4K gold, just about, and Golden Kite's just up that a little bit more. The bank is looking pretty heavy on the side of Blacklist. Elevate are playing a little bit more on a back foot, and I feel like if they get into the late game, I feel like Elevate could come back, but right now, Blacklist are dominating.
Yeah, they're not allowing the game to go to the late game, it seems. And yeah, another buff stolen away. Elevate is not getting anything, especially Jizzix, and he's really, really dry now.
Yeah, very, very dry. Not the way I'd ever describe a jungler. Yeah, Jizzix, he's dry, man. He's dry.
It's dry on the bounce, okay? Right, just to explain that. But checking out the replay, look at this, right? They're ready for it. But another engagement at the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, the use expression a little bit too early there. The Tremble Mortals do come through, but at what cost? The total immunity as well. Hyde escaping.
That's it.
No, is that... Oh, he escaped with like, he must be on like 0.1% of health or something crazy like that.
Oh, I thought that last basic attack would get the kill, but okay,
Oh,
it didn't. So
absolutely.
very, very lucky there for Hyde there. I was also worried the fact that he actually went in with the tribal models without anyone else around him. Like, okay, if he failed, then, it's basically a free kill away to Blacklist.
Yeah, I mean, 4 up, Elevate are definitely looking for a kill somewhere on the board. It's kind of a bit reminiscent of that time where they were just trying their best to get another kill for themselves. I think it was game 1 where Blacklist finished in 8 minutes and 50 seconds and just really just denying everything of Elevate here. But it's looking a little bit of a repeat of that, right?
A tower.
Yeah, it feels similar though. A lot of control by Blacklist. Arguably even more control this time. The fact that Elevate is not able to get a single kill so far. And with this level of control, they take down T2 at the top, opening up even more space for a Blacklist. And Elevate, what is their answer right now? They have to try to find because by Blacklist, they are gathering together now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a healthy status for the side of Elevate and Jizzix, right? Being at 4K at almost 8-minute mark in a game of Honor of Kings. It's pretty wild. The Tremble Wall does come through, though. Maybe they'll secure that first kill. It is going to be Juicy getting taken down here, so they could actually come back, taking a neutral objective here. We are seeing a Jizzix just trying to get a bit of a push down into the farm lane, maybe get a bit of gold here just before they decide to go for the Tyrant. But hey, like I said before, don't count out Elevate just yet. I'm not too sure where Nua was expecting to go with that ultimate.
Yeah, I guess I don't know, maybe it's just to check the bushes or something like that. But still, without Juicy, Blacklist International, because they have the Fang, it's easy for them to get the Overlord. They will secure the Overlord first. And now Juicy, he still has the Smite though, just saying. So they could potentially go for a double objective.
Double objective, but maybe. I mean, it looks like Elevate is just trying to kind of clean up shop here. Just trying to basically, there's been a tsunami. They're just trying to clean up and make it back to be nice and homey at some point. But I mean, there's only so much hominess you can make it whilst the high ground turret is laying bare up into the clash lane, right? They've got to do something here. They've got to make sure they're able to gain the resources and just tame some kills here. And everyone's just hiding in bushes. They want to make the wrong move, and I feel like that's going to be at the detriment of either of these teams right now.
Yeah, and he does have the Tremble models. I can see what he's trying to do there, but unfortunately for Blacklist, they didn't go in for it. But speaking about going in, they might go in now.
Yeah, the suppression came through a little bit too early again. We don't want to see a repeat of what happened once more into that farm lane, but the Tremble Mortal has been exhausted. Dolia giving back over another one, just so if they need to make another oppressive play, just a defensive one, they're able to now. But Juicy takes that T2 into the mid lane, but it is going to be a Jizzix going in with the extreme speed as well as the duel to death. But it's not going to be enough to take down Juicy.
And tried to get a pick off there, but doesn't have enough damage as well. Same problem. And now another buff being stolen away by Blacklist International. Again, nothing for Elevate at all in terms of buff objectives. So they're still being pushed back. And speaking of objectives, the next few objectives will be up. The Overlord will be the focus of Blacklist. Oh, build both.
They go for 2 for 2. They're going 2 for 2. They're like, hey, let's buy one, get one free. We did it with the Azure Golem buff before. Now we're going for greater heights. And they're looking to clean these off very, very quickly. So both the Overlord and the Shadow Tyrant going over to the side of Blacklist. And they knew to move it out of the pit because they knew that Mitsura, especially his performance from yesterday, trying to get that crucial kill back with the ultimate.
Yeah, and Hyde tried to steal that objective away with the Tremble models, but a bit too late. And that's the thing about Tremble models. Yes, the AoE is great, it's large, it's huge, but the animation time allows his opponents to just dash away. So that's the downside about the Tremble models. But of course, that's the trade-off if you have such a huge AoE. But now with Blacklist International, they have absolute control again. They got the 2 objectives. That's just a matter of time till all the dragons arrive at front gate.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Juicy has not a single kill, but is almost 5k gold difference to a Jizzix on the side of Elevate. So that huge gap in the jungle needs to be something that closes if Elevate wants to win this game.
And that means, potentially right now, he can one-shot one of the backlines, especially like a Dolia or maybe even the Lady Sun. So they have to keep their distance. They have to be very, very careful of the Lam now.
I mean, they've got to be careful of the Lan, they've got to be careful of Liang, they've got to be careful of Dharma. There's just so much engaged potential for the side of Blacklist. You've got the Truth Mantra, you've got the suppression from Liang, and then you've also got the depth of the depths as well. But it looks like we may be seeing a little bit of a barrage onto the enemy base now, taking the high ground turret into the mid lane whilst keeping the farm lane high ground turret alive. So one high ground turret at a time seems to be the MO for Blacklist here.
I love the lane management by Blacklist. They got all 3 lanes pushed in, and they got 2 of them. So great work there by Blacklist International. Still a very, very disciplined gameplay, even though they are way ahead of Elevate for now. But we are moving towards like the 15-minute mark. And if Elevate is able to hold on, who knows? They might be able to farm up enough damage to try to counter back.
It's really hard when you get something so aggressive like the Winter is coming, but it does get knocked into the Tremble Mortals, but it is going to be the suppression that is right on time there for the side of Blacklist. Second kill maybe going over to the side of Elevate, but it is going to be Charlie One getting out of there. And down goes Azar. So much damage. And double kill going over to Juicy right now. That is a 3-0 trade for the side of Blacklist. They have minions coming from the Clash lane, the mid lane, and even the farm lane. It looks like this is going to be the final frontier for the side of Elevate Esports as we see Blacklist try and claim that 3-1 victory over Elevate.
Again.